Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Kalandra League 3.19. In this episode, we're going to be making a Clayshaper Carrion Golem budget build. But before I show you this, I want to make a public service announcement. Well, first we'll tell you why it's so good. Clayshaper, 96 to 132 golem damage. And it's added attack physical damage, so it only attack golems. So it's like stone golem, carrion golem, ice golem, chaos golem, and then it's physical, and so it's really like mostly carrion and stone, and then technically you have the conversion on the chaos, but the spell wouldn't work for the cascade or the chaos storm, and it won't work for the ice bolts from the ice golem. But yeah, this works better on the carrion golem because of how fast it attacks. If this is flat damage, then you just attack really fast. It's kind of like getting levels without the life. So then they took out the minion life, and they took out the small flat damage for all minions, and it's way more specialized to golems now. And then Carrion Golem is laughing. So public service announcement at the beginning of the video before we get into it. Clayshaper 1 exit, League Starter 1 Divine Orb, like super expensive maybe. They might have changed the unique drop rates, and they might have made Clayshaper like an end game hard to get thing, and then it's so powerful, and when you get it you're like, oh my god, that's the build. And now I'll show you why and how it's so powerful in the POB. So this build with 4 golems and 2 cold iron points is 2.6 million. And if I got 6 golems because I was 2 clay shapers, and I had 2 clay shapers, the new ones, they give 96 to 132, and this is the low end of the damage. I took the lowest possible roll because I didn't want it to be lucky, and divine orbs are expensive next season, so I took the lowest roll possible. And even with the lowest roll, the damage went up through the roof. And sure, you lost some minion survivability on the physical gems, like a lot of the levels and stuff, and the accuracy, but the damage is so insane if you can make up for all the other stuff. And we're gonna want to run precision anyways because of the crit, and we run the attack accuracy stuff on the tree anyways. And overall, Clayshaper is disgustingly strong and is going to be really expensive at League Start. I think we might not be able to get this at the start. I'm gonna make more builds because of this. I think that we should have backup plans, and also there's also the new items. Okay, so I'll show you a few things to start off this POB. The crit nodes. This is to make the new fearsome force, and then I put the fearsome force stats in here, like the new. Okay, so there is a POE planner, and we can actually see the new crit nodes. So you get 20 crit, 25 crit chance, multiplier, and then crit chance and multiplier. So then down here, 105 crit chance, 60 crit multi, and 30 AoE. So basically I took the wheel in here, and then it was 100 crit chance. I just needed to add 5 extra, and then the 60 crit multi. So I added that into the configuration here, 5% crit, 60 crit multi, and then I put 150 crit strike chance and 40 crit multi to simulate in the patch notes. There is Spirit Offering, and it's gonna be 148 crit strike chance, 39 crit multi, and then I figured you could maybe get some levels on it, but also it's gonna have 20% increased effective offering because of my tree. I have the mastery for that. It's not this one, but there we go, increased effective offering. So it'd be more than what I put here. So I just put it here instead of putting it as an offering because it's not done. It's not in POB yet. And then this was just flesh offering. I disabled it because we're not using it. We're using spirit offering, the new one. And then 2 crit chance is the new brittle. So you could take this out and see what brittle does, and it's not that bad, right? That's the base crit. You can tell that this shit is really good, and we don't have the power charges. This is without power charges. This is, you could run an extra 120 crit strike chance to simulate 3 power charges. This is the 3 frenzy charges though, with the nerf. And then technically the Carrion Golem is nerfed, and like at level 20 it'll do 20% less and have 20% less life, but it's still pumping massive deeps, and this is solid off of the new Clayshaper, which is why I think it'll be so expensive. While we're talking about the crit stuff, I want to go into this. I pulled up three. So here's the Bone Ring, the Calling Wand, and the Fossilized Spirit Shield. So the Bone Ring has move speed and damage hybrid mod, and it also had 66 lightning res, which is disgusting, which means you could get 132 lightning res or minus 132 in the Mirror Lake for Dorianis, and then you have the 30% move speed and damage. Insane. Here they showed minion damage and minion crit strike chance, so this is like one power charge of crit strike chance on a level 22 wand, and this might go up way higher in crit strike chance, so it's showing more crit scaling. And then this one shows a 9 mod shield with +1 minion skill gems, life, and minion all LE res. What? So how many hybrid mods are on this shield? It's disgusting. And so this shows us a lot of possibilities besides just the like uniques. This is showing us how strong the rare mods are going to be, making these uniques less needed anyways. But these uniques are also very strong and can be built, so it's just so many options this season. Really insane. So yeah, pretty much what I did is I grabbed minion survivability, grabbed the golem stuff, grabbed jewel sockets, grabbed life, grabbed minion stuff, you could grab like 24 extra minion life here. And we'll have to see how much crit strike chance we can get, and if there's more sources of crit multi and what the ghastly jewels look like. But then I basically got 4 jewel sockets for anima stone, 2 harmonies, and a might, and I rolled them at the worst possible because divine orbs are expensive. And Havoc showed something. Apparently, instead of divine orbing, next season we're gonna be vendoring 3 uniques and getting a new one if they're cheap enough. And instead of divining, and that's like a divine just for having 3 uniques. So it'll be like deleting uniques from the game. Pretty cool. And then I also showed taking this, but it's going to be different in the next expansion because they took out the minion Ellie res and it's going to be minion life. So and we get the minion Ellie res from the gear, and so maybe we go without the chaos res. But yeah, this is going to be pretty strong in Blight early, and for what we've invested, dude, the Clayshapers are so much stronger than they used to be in damage. Uh, it's so crazy. It's actually insane. Then I'll show you the links. So we have Carrion Golem, and I went Impale, Brutality, Multi-Strike, Melee Fizz, Ruthless. You can also do minion damage instead of Ruthless, or there was also... That was it. Minion damage instead of Ruthless, or the Melee Fizz. I like the Melee Fizz though. And then I did Dread Banner. So with Dread Banner and the Impale, and then the Generosity on the Dread Banner, we got to 98 Impale. And we have 64% Impale effect, which is pretty good. The Impale effect's better the more Impale chance you have, and we basically have 100%, so it's good. And then I also did Precision because of the crit strike chance and the accuracy. And then we're going to be doing the mana. So you see how we don't have any mana? We're doing the mana through Eldritch Battery, and we'll just have ES on gear a little bit, so it's going to be fine. This is no gear, so it's fine. And then we have Determination, Assassin's Mark, so you'd have the vulnerability through the Animate Guardian. I didn't put an Animate Guardian in the slots yet, but you definitely would have an Animate Guardian, and Assassin's Mark. So then you'd have the double curse. You do Wind Scream. They deleted Wind Shriek boots, so you'll be doing these, and they buffed them. But it basically has enemy can have 1 additional curse, and then it has 15 LE res. That'll get you an extra curse, so the vulnerability on the glove of the corruption of the Animate Guardian, and then you would have the boot for the extra curse, so you can apply Assassin's Mark. Then the 4 link of this, Zombie, Spectre, Feeding Frenzy, Maim, Animate Guardian is missing, put it separately probably, could link it with Minion Life to keep it alive, Pride, and then Portal, Cast on Death, because we're so squishy on you have to get gear, and this is just showing you a possible build set of minion stuff, Vitality, And then I showed you that the Spirit Offering is better, or we're gonna be using Spirit Offering instead for the crit. And then we could scale into crit in the mods for more damage. And then Val Haste is buffed, so this is the unbuffed version, and it's already pretty good. And it lasts for 4 seconds, so you get this up, and then boom. You could also Val Skelly, but we're Golem, so Skelly's is a lot worse. And it makes you just want to do more golems, and you could even get more jewels and put primordial eminences in instead of some of the stuff you have on the tree, and it just go golems, and it's hilarious. The Carrion Golem looks really strong with the Clayshaper, and I want to show you. So the base damage of the Carrion Golem, 197 to 296, and it says added damage 192. So you see here that the added damage of the lowest rolled Clayshaper is as much, basically, as my level 21 Carrion Golem. Like, very close, you can see. And then it has the damage multiplier just because it's the combo attack, and you have the cascade, and you have, which is 65 damage base damage multiplier, and then you have the leap slam with the 1.8, which is just the normal. It does more, etc. Okay, so then this, as you can see, you could double your base damage, which you don't get this much out of 6 levels from the cooldown points, and then you also get the 2 golems, so this is like super powerful. And you only have 2 harmonies, so, and they're low rolled, so if you had an extra golem, so if you ran a stone golem instead of one of the carrion golems, like you had 5 carrion and 1 stone, the 1 stone would only get you 32 golem damage, and you'd give up a golem, so just go with pure carrion, unless you need the defenses. But it looks good just to be pure carrion, especially if you're going to be investing like a 6-link and all of this shit into them and doing it for damage. At least the stone would get the flat added attack fizz damage too, but doing the other ones might be... Even the Chaos Golem, it could slightly benefit from this, but the Cascade won't. Yeah. Alright, and now the funny part of the build. So when you're actually putting it together and you're like, yo, 6-link body armor, okay, you got your weapon, 3-link, you have helmet, 1, 1, 1, 1, okay, you got your 4-link, you got your glove, zombie, spectre, feeding frenzy, maim, you got your boot, phase run, and then Val Haste, so you get the extra duration on the Val Haste, so the 4 turns into like almost 8, it's pretty crazy. Then you realize, oh my god, I have to fit Spirit Offering, Desecrate, and the Guardian in the build. So then it's like, well, when you're AFK Blight, technically you don't need the Portal cast on Death, and you don't use the Phase Run while you're AFK Blight, and you don't Assassin's Mark. So you don't use the Offering, so you don't need Trigger, but then you won't have the crit chance or the crit multi. You won't Desecrate, Offering, Assassin's Mark, using the cast on Death Portal, or the phase run. You could keep the phase run in just because of being able to use it to get around. Then we could add, so don't forget about this. Never forget about my secret tech. You become Immortal Forehead. Just grab a level 3 Immortal Call with a level 1 cast and damage taken, and then you're Immortal. It automates your guard skill. I recommend this one. It's really good. And you're gonna have to get Chaos Res for Blight if you're trying to do Blight. Because Toxic is so bad, and then you're going to be using this regen with Chaos Res Cap, and it's going to get you pretty far. And also, technically, I guess you're not going to be clicking Val Haste while you're AFK either, and that's a pretty big damage thing, so be aware of that. And you could technically also grab, technically, a Skitter Bots to slow them down, but I just used Chill Towers in my Blight anyways, so yeah. My final thought for the video is that, like, putting gear in the build is like super hard, because when we see 9 mod shields and crazy stuff like this, I don't know really how to interpret it other than, you know, using the uniques that we saw and trying to make builds around them and theory crafting some stuff. So obviously this will probably change as we see more of the content and we see the rest of the season, but this is a pretty interesting take on Carrion Golem with the Clayshaper buff, and it is really powerful and really strong. And hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys look forward to possibly Carrion Golems if the Clayshapers aren't too expensive at the league start. Thanks for watching. watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more builds. We got like Wraith Lord, Goats, Spectre, Pure Spectres. We got Monogruels. We got all these unique builds. Next up, Wraith Lord.